What's up, guys? What's going on? Daditude back at it again tomorrow. As you guys remember, tomorrow's game is at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. Before I gotta get into the game strategy for tomorrow, I kind of want to remind you guys that tomorrow's we need that win, and we need it badly. Because right now, if you look at the stats, we're like 3 and 4, and there's only 2 games left. It's this game and the game against High School Legends as the last game of the season. So in order for us to get to the playoffs, getting us to 5 and 4 would probably get us into a playoffs. If we lose tomorrow, then everything else is gonna really be left up to chance, if you ask me. So, anyways, I know it's about getting to the playoffs. And once we get there, we've already played the different teams. I know that it'll be a whole different story by the time we get there. Hey, last week, I think we talked about this. There were some mistakes we made. I mean, not. I don't believe that one single mistake costs us the game, because we could, if you look back, maybe there are some things we could have done differently that put us in a better position. But at the end of the day, though, the game is about putting yourself also in a position so that when it comes close out, you give yourself a chance, right? And I think last week we gave ourselves a chance, and then we just had a little bit of a poor execution at the end of the game, and I think that hurt us a little bit. But at the end of the day, we got to be able to keep focus, and I think that it's incumbent upon us to have more conversation, and more communication, before the end of the game. I'll take responsibility for not kind of emphasizing certain key moments and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, we just need to remind each other, like especially at some point in the game, what's going on, what do you be aware of, and if you think about it and you think speak up. All right, speak up and let us know. So, anyways, so tomorrow we played that team before. It's a revenge game. It's against Dogg. Last time we played these boys, there's a few things. There was a little bit of an intimidation factor, I think, to a degree, because these guys were really loud. They were clapping. There was one guy, I think I don't know what he was on, but every time he scores or every time he gets a steal, he's just like going crazy. This boy with a bandana. So we just need to keep an eye out for that energy, and we need to return that same energy. And I don't know if we got intimidated by that energy, but that cannot happen. That cannot basically frazzle us again. We need to be able to go in there with strong energy and show that we ain't here to mess around. It's a revenge game. We need to get our revenge back. Okay? So that's plain and simple. So a couple keys to the game, right? So it's pace, box out, 3-2 defense, and spacing. 4 keys to the game. If we could maintain these as the principles going into the game, I think we'll be fine. So what do I mean by some of these? And I'm going to break it down into different categories, so between defense and offense. So on defense, if you look at the stats carefully, and this is what I've been doing this week, is you see that they are not a 3-point shooting team. They have the lowest amount of 3 points made this entire season. So these are not guys that are looking to score threes all the time. They're taller, they're bigger. They don't know how to dribble very well. So they are going to be looking to make scores inside. But the other thing that killed us last time is turnovers that led into fast breaks, and these guys had plenty of them. Not to mention the fact that the last time we played these guys, I don't think we had any bench. Or we may have had one guy on the bench, and that took away a little bit of our stamina, and that was like kind of like towards the beginning of everything. So there's a little bit of that happened. So this time around, I know Matt is out, so Nelson's going to be stepping in, kind of. So we're looking at Nelson, EJ, Jamar, Miguel, and Matt. Miguel and Jason, for the starting lineup. I'll be back there, and then maybe we might have an additional guy. So we'll leave that for tomorrow. Now, here's the other thing. What I'm going to say is we got to watch out for, on defense, we got to box out. That continues to be the theme. Box out. when that ball goes up on defense, we got to box out. Especially with big guys, we have to box out. And you know what team showed us it can be done? It's that team that says not getting any younger. That little team that, you know, the average height was 5'5" or 5'4", the average height of that team. They were able to out rebound us in a lot of different ways. The reason why they did that is, one, they moved and they boxed out, right? So that is going to be the case for us. We gotta box out, we gotta move. Call out guys to box out. When the ball goes up, we may even need to scream box out. Find your guy, box him out, and we need to get the ball, okay? We need to focus. And the principle of boxing out is this. The ball goes up, you find your guy, you make contact to know he's behind you, but when the ball is coming, you have to leap forward to grab the ball, not just wait for the ball to come, because a lot of times we wait for the ball to come and some guy just swipes in front of us and get the ball. So get your guy, make sure you feel him, and then you just jump and grab the ball. So box out. Number 2, 3-2 defense. That's what we're going with this time around. We are going to play a tight 3-2 in the sense that we are going to make sure we focus on the interior. So we're going to play below the 3-point line, the 3 guys up top, and the 2 guys in the inside. You're going to stay where you need to be. We need to avoid too hard closeouts on guys because I don't think this is a 3-point team. The stats don't lie. It says it right there. We cannot get frazzled if we get hit with a few threes. Maybe we play 1 guy or 2, we play up close, but for the most part, if we take below the 3 line, we have active hands. The goal is to prevent these guys from getting in, and they can't dribble. They can't dribble as much. So if we have active hands, we prevent them to dribble, we stay in front of them, and we protect the paint, I think we'll be in good shape. Because they may now start forcing to shoot threes, and that's more rebounds for us. I'm telling you guys right now, I believe in that. And then active hands, like I said, keep your hands up. Try to get into the passing lanes. Make sure these guys feel that we're there on defense. That's how we're going to win that game. We need to be there on defense. All right, enough about defense now, even though it's the most important thing, but we're going to go to offense. On offense, pace. Number 1 is pace. We need to slow down the pace, and we need to play our pace of basketball. That's that Spurs basketball, that churn and burn. We bring up the ball, we slow it down, and we pass around until we find a good man. So, you know, Jamar's bringing up the ball. He's going to start the offense, but we pace the ball, and when we get there, we start moving. Spacing. We're going to space out. So a couple of times in the last game, which we did a good job, we started to space out. And especially these guys, I've seen them. They play that 2-3 defense. If you space out 3 guys at the top, or even 4 guys at the top, you will find an open man to take a 3 or to get a pick and roll so you could go the ball. So that's the other thing too, is at times we're going to have to go with a pick and roll. So Jason, bring up the, you're going to come up and you're going to get that pick with Jamar, and then basically we start the offense with guys either crossing to try to get towards the basket or position yourself to get that pass to hit the 3. So we're going to go with different options. If we go up, 4 guys at the top, possibly around the basket, and we're going to find an open man. But if we are not getting the spacing and the shooting is not there, then we continue with the pick and roll. But I think the pick and roll should always be our go-to move, because that's the one that always gets us the movement necessary to get that done. All right. So last thing is movement. So we need to pass the ball around. Once again, last time, no pull-ups like running by yourself. So if you're running up the court, you get the fast break. It's either you go to the hole or you wait for the team so we can start pacing the game. But we don't want to start running up the court and take up a shot with no rebound opportunities. These are wasted opportunities. We lose momentum, and that's how they get back on the court. We're going to be conservative the way we play. We're going to conserve energy, and we're going to play big, okay? So the slower the pace, the more it is to our advantage. And I'm telling you right now, if we could slow it down, these guys cannot dribble as well, as far as I remember. But if we press, we should be all right. So last time I heard, I got a couple complaints about how it was too long. So I got it down to the 10-minute mark. I think we can get it done. Last time I ain't get no likes or subscriptions. That's all right. But at least smash the like button on this one if you guys like it, or put some of the comments below. However, I'm looking forward for that revenge tomorrow, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Daditude.